Uh, Today we are going to study cost which are involved in the supply chain. First is cost of service. Total cost of service involved all the move and all the store activities. So whatever we are moving, maybe raw material or the finished good, that requires some money. So a cost is involved in that, and whatever we are storing as an inventory in warehouses, so that also need some kind of infrastructure, some kind of management administration. So that also requires some cost. So what all types of cost we have in inventory cost? We have unit cost, which raw material or the finished good we are keeping. Then we have a storage cost. We have working capital. We have invested a lot of money in that. So and we also need some money in day-to-day operations. So investment plus working capital plus storage plus unit cost, that particular unit we have to set up. Then warehousing cost, then production and supply cost is there, distribution channel cost we have to give commission to the carrying forward agent, distributor, dealers, wholesaler, retailers. Then production, we have a supply cost. Production cost is the supply cost. We require raw material to supply to the plant or facilities where we are manufacturing. Then communication costs, data processing costs, transportation of finished good cost. So a lot of costs are involved in the supply chain management. Again, we have some more costs like material handling costs, packaging related to logistic costs, packaging costs, material handling costs, customer service that we have promised to the customers. So as per the policy, we have to provide some services to the customers. Maybe update regarding stock, or maybe good packaging, or maybe replacement of default the products which are damaged. Then cost of lost sales as a result of stock out. So sometimes we don't have stock, and that time we get a lot of orders and we cannot able to provide these orders, and we may lose some of the orders. So that again, that cost is also involved. Administrative or overhead cost. The overhead cost is like electricity, water, energy which we are using to running that particular warehouse or the inventory. Then administrative cost, the people who are managing that particular, administrating that particular warehouse or the inventory. So a lot of costs are involved. However, not all these costs are accounted for by the supply chain. Supply chain are confined to the inventory cost, warehousing. So cost related to inventory, cost related to warehousing, cost related to transportation, cost related to packaging, cost related to lost sales if the stock is not available, then cost of losses and damages, then insurance cost. These costs are only we are considering. Cost of the accounts receivable is attributed to the supply chain. So somebody who has not paid, or we have given credit to some people have not paid on the time, that is also uh, calculated. Then second is performance measurement. How we are going to measure the performance of the supply chain. So there are some internal parameters, there are some external parameters. Internal parameters that we can ask our employees, we can get the information about the stock or the processes. So from the internal data, uh, uh, if we are evaluating, then we can call internal measurements. And if we are asking customers, then it is external parameters. Or we are asking stakeholders outside that particular organization, then it is external parameters for the performance measurement. And internal parameters for the performance measurements are, if you are asking your employee or you are using the data which is already available in the organization, maybe inventory data, maybe transportation related to data, warehousing related to data. The purpose is to find out how the supply chain or logistic function delivers customer service fast at an optimal cost. So why we have to measure the performance of the supply chain is to how we can make it fast, or how we can make it optimum at optimum cost. So if you want to make your supply chain fast, if you want to make your supply chain at optimal cost, you have to reduce the cost cut you have to reduce the cost. Then you have to measure the performance of the supply chain, whether it is good, it is bad, it is best, it is better. Then for this, measurement is related to customer service provided by the inventory holdings, warehousing support and transportation capabilities. So in three areas we are trying to we are trying to measure the performance: inventory holding performance, warehousing support performance, and transportation capabilities related performance. Companies measure the supply chain cost as a percentage of sales to keep track of cost, to ensure that it is optimum and comparable to the industry standards. So first measurement is you check the cost as percentage of sales. What is the supply chain cost? uh, what is the percentage of cost we have in supply chain, and we are comparing that cost to sales. So supply chain cost should be dash dash percentage of the sale. So that is the reason, that is the purpose, that you should have to keep minimum percentage. You have to understand what is optimum percentage. You can find out that data from the industry standard. You have to check the industry standard. You should find out what is the optimum percentage of sales we should spend on the supply chain, and that we have to keep. The cost incurred to accomplish the objective of the customer service. How much cost are we have, or how much money we are spending to complete objective of the customer service, like a combination of sales achieved, orders received, executed, rate of stock return, stock outs, order cancelled, damage claim settled, and order cycle time. So all this information we collect. So if we have achieved higher sales, that means we have given very good service. We have received a lot of orders, that means we have we have provided good customer service. So we have to check customer service, whether the uh, uh, customer service we have achieved, and if we have achieved at what cost. The customer service, you may have the higher sales achieved, higher orders received, minimum stock return, and no stock out, then no order cancelled, then no damage claim settlement, or if there are claims, we have immediately uh, provided the new products. Then order cycle time. So if you have performed well, and what is the cost required to achieve those objectives of the customer service, that is also one measurement. First is percentage of sales, how much percentage of sales you are spending. Second, how much cost you are spending to deliver on your promises of customer service. Customer service delivered in terms of satisfying customer and could include fill rates, that is ability to supply the full order in time, also referred to as OTIF, order in time, in full. So you have to provide orders in time, order shipped complete, ability to supply the full order every time. So you should not provide the product in parts, or you should not provide the order in two parts. You should provide in one go. Speed of the response, so order cycle time. Consistency, delivery every time as per the expectation. Stock out frequency, number of times demand exceed availability. Reliability, ability to meet. So you have to work on these areas to provide good service, and the cost which is required to provide all these things can be considered as a performance measurement. It should be minimum. Productivity measures which show the relationship between input and output. Input is effort, time, cost, and service provided. So productivity measures. So you have to be more productive, and for that you have to have optimum cost. Optimum expenditure should be there on the productivity measures. Like you should take optimum efforts, time, and cost to provide good service. Asset utilization, equipment, transport, facilities, and inventory. equipment, transport facilities, and inventory. Asset utilization. Asset utilization should be more. It should be optimum. It should not be less. It should not be more. Otherwise, if you are using more assets, then they will expire soon, or uh, they will what you say that their value will decrease, their importance will decrease, their value will decrease. Like if you are using your vehicles more, where you are not using it in optimum way, if you are using your transport vehicles more for the transportation, so you are frequently using, you have used suppose 15 times when it was expected that within 10 times uh, in a month if you are using, then also you can achieve that particular target, but you have used your vehicle 15 times, so again that is poor asset utilization. So suppose you, it is expected that 1 kilo, so example 700 watt you should have used for particular process, but you have used 900 watt, so you have used more energy. So again, it is not good asset utilization. Similarly, for the water consumption, for electricity consumption, for various different resources. Concept of the perfect order, quality of the fulfilled order in terms of customer specification, service goal, error free invoicing, zero defect performance. So order should be perfect. Then external measurements. So based on whether you are going to provide perfect order, that is also one kind of performance measurement. Then whether you are using asset optimally, that is also one that is how also you can measure your performance of the supply chain. Productivity measures input output ratio, effectiveness, efficiency, that also you can check. Then customer service delivered, that is also one type of measurement. So these are the internal measurements. Objective, how much cost involved in fulfilling the objective. So and one for the first performance measure we checked is supply chain cost should be less as a percentage of sales. So these are the measurements. By checking this, you can check whether your supply chain is good or not. So asset utilization will also tell you whether your supply chain is good or not, or optimum or not. The perfect order, whether you are providing perfect order, that is customer satisfaction, service goal you have to achieve, error free invoicing you have to provide, zero defect you have to, zero defect products you have to provide. So this is all the outputs or the results of the uh, good supply chain. If your numbers are good, if your numbers are optimum, so when you give examination you get marks or grade. So that marks or grade will tell you how much efforts you have taken on that particular subject. So these are the marks, these are the outputs. By checking these outputs you can understand that whether your supply chain is good or not. An external measure is customer's perception obtained through regular feedback. So you can ask the customer that whether you got the product in time, whether is there any incident where you required the product but that product was not in inventory, that was not in stock. So like that feedback or the surveys you can do. Normally rank customer service parameters in relation to competition parameters like order cycle time, feedback on order status, after sales service, and support system. So you can also check the competitors performance. You can also get the uh, competitors numbers for order cycle time, feedback on order status, after sales service, and support system. So you, if you have mark sheet you are comparing with your friend, then also you can you will come to know your performance. Best practice benchmarking, to search for the best overall practice and adapt it. So you check in your industry, in the association, There are various governing body association for that particular industry. There you will get what are the best performers, and you can compare your performance with the best performance. The system is normally broken down into variables affecting it, and then compared cost, quality, order processing effectiveness, transportation, and warehousing efficiency. The system is normally broken down into variables affecting it, and then compared cost, quality, order processing effectiveness, transportation, and warehousing efficiency. So you compare the cost of the competitor in you compare the cost of the competitor, you compare the quality of the competitor, you compare the order processing effectiveness of the competitor, you compare the transportation and warehousing effectiveness of the competitors. The next point is popular measurement ratio. So what are the most popular major performance measurement ratio? Warehouse capacity utilization of the space for the tonnage handled in the measurement. So how much space you have used in your warehouses? That is also one indicator that whether your supply chain is doing good or not. Warehouse labor utilization, number of loads handled. So per person, how much work has been done. So that is also a good indicator of your performance of the supply chain. Then warehouse cost per ton handled. So how much cost incurred to you for handling that particular warehouse. The freight cost per ton kilometer against budget. So these are the indicators, popular measurement ratios by which you will come to know whether your supply chain management is good or not. Then we have inventory, number of days sales or production raw material or packaging materials. So how many days inventory you are keeping? Inventory levels against agreed norms. So what is the agreed norms in your organization or in your industry, whether you are managing to meet those numbers. For example, a target may be set for the finished goods level as 7 days sales in a plant and 3 weeks stock in CFA or distribution center. Consumer service levels in orders fulfilled, OTIF. So how many orders you fulfilled on time in full? That is also one indicator of your performance in supply chain. Each order which is filled with the 100% of the order SKUs and on the delivery date promised is considered as a complete in all respects and gets 1 mark. Each order which is filled with 100% of the ordered SKUs and on the delivery date promised is considered as a complete in all the respect and gets 1 mark. So if you deliver the order in time and full order is delivered as per the requirement, if you could send, then you will get 1 mark. Any order which is not executed will get 0 marks. So this is how you can improve check the performance. So